This is part 3 of Worst Marvel Comics Superhero Deaths. She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters. She-Hulk's death didn't come with fireworks or heroic last words. It was brutal, fast, and devastating. During the opening issue of Civil War II, the Avengers faced Thanos. Jennifer Walters, lawyer, cousin of Bruce Banner, and one of the strongest Avengers, was trying to stop Thanos alongside War Machine. They were both hit hard. Thanos shot her with a powerful energy blast that tore into her body. She collapsed instantly. She didn't get a chance to fight back. She didn't get a final stand. She-Hulk was rushed to the hospital, fighting for her life while the rest of the team tried to deal with the fallout. She slipped into a coma. War Machine was killed instantly, but Jennifer lingered, clinging to life in a hospital bed. Captain Marvel stayed by her side, devastated. When Jennifer finally regained consciousness, her first whispered words were chilling. Fight. The future. And then she flatlined. She-Hulk was gone. Her death tore the Avengers apart. This wasn't about politics anymore. It was personal. Her loss hit the team hard. Elektra. Elektra didn't scream when she died. She fought until her last breath. In Daredevil, Sun 81, Bullseye escapes prison and wants to reclaim his spot as the Kingpin's top assassin, but Elektra stands in his way. They fight brutally. Knives flash. Blood spills. Elektra is fast, faster than anyone should be, but Bullseye's ruthless. He catches her off guard and drives her own sai through her chest. She staggers away, bleeding out, clutching her wound, but she doesn't stop. She drags herself to Matt Murdock's doorstep. She knocks. She collapses. He opens the door too late. The woman he loves is dead at his feet. Her death changed Daredevil forever. He swore vengeance. He snapped. And the reader saw it too. Superheroes weren't safe. Love couldn't protect anyone, not even Elektra. Rhodey, War Machine. In Civil War II #1 2016, James Rhodey Rhodes, also known as War Machine, dies during a battle between Iron Man and Captain Marvel. The conflict begins when the two heroes disagree about how to handle a threat after a powerful Inhuman named Ulysses gains the ability to see the future. During the fight, Thanos suddenly appears and attacks Rhodey. Despite his valiant effort to hold them off, Rhodey is killed by Thanos' powerful assault. This event causes major shock among the heroes, especially Tony Stark, who loses his close friend and ally. Rhodey's death becomes a turning point in the conflict between Iron Man and Captain Marvel, raising the stakes of their battle. The event highlights how dangerous their fight is and how it affects the people involved. Rhodey's death is remembered as a tragic moment in the Marvel Universe. Quicksilver. In Uncanny Avengers, Vol. 2, during the Rage of Ultron storyline, Quicksilver, Pietro Maximoff, meets one of his most heroic and tragic ends. As Ultron, now merged with Hank Pym, launches a devastating attack, the Avengers face one of their toughest battles. Amid the chaos, a powerful bomb threatens to annihilate a city filled with innocent lives. Quicksilver, known for his incredible speed and protective nature, especially toward his sister Wanda, makes a split-second decision. Despite knowing the risk, he pushes his powers to the limit and races to intercept the bomb. He succeeds in saving the city, but at the cost of his own life. Pietro's death is not flashy or drawn out. It's fast, selfless, and deeply human. For a character often seen as impatient and prideful, this moment reveals his true heart. His sacrifice leaves a lasting emotional scar, especially on Scarlet Witch, who loses not just a teammate, but her twin brother. Though Quicksilver has died and returned in other timelines, this version stands out as a powerful reminder of the cost of heroism, and how even in a world of gods and mutants, one man's choice can save thousands. Natasha Romang. During the Secret Empire event, the Marvel Universe is plunged into chaos. Hydra, led by a corrupted, Hydra-aligned Captain America, has seized control of the United States, imposing a brutal regime that crushes all resistance. Amid this darkness, Natasha Romang, the Black Widow, stands as a beacon of hope, leading the underground resistance. Natasha isn't just fighting for survival. She's training the next generation of heroes, including the young and conflicted Miles Morales. Yet, for Natasha, planning and hiding aren't enough. She knows that to break Hydra's iron grip, someone has to strike directly at the heart of the tyrant, the Hydra Captain America himself. In Secret Empire #7, that moment arrives during a public execution orchestrated by Hydra to enforce fear and obedience. Natasha sees her chance. Moving swiftly and with deadly precision, she charges through the crowd, her baton raised, ready to end the nightmare once and for all. But fate twists cruelly against her. Miles Morales, wrestling with a vision of himself killing Captain America, hesitates, paralyzed by doubt and fear. In that instant, as Natasha leaps forward, Steve Rogers reacts instinctively. His iconic shield crashes into Natasha's face with a sickening impact. The sound echoes like a death knell. Natasha's neck snaps. She crumbles to the ground, lifeless. The world around her seems to freeze in that moment of silence, a deafening void where hope once stood. No last words, no final goodbye, just sudden, brutal death. Natasha Romang, the relentless warrior who had survived countless battles and escaped death time and again, was gone. Her death shocked the Resistance and even caused a flicker of regret in the eyes of Hydra Cap himself. Her sacrifice was more than the loss of a hero. It was a reminder that no one, not even the most skilled and fearless, is invincible. Scott Lang. Scott Lang, the everyman-turned-hero known as Ant-Man, never expected his story to end so suddenly, so cruelly. Avengers Disassembled marked a catastrophic breakdown within the Avengers. The team faced inexplicable attacks from within. Old enemies resurfaced, chaos erupted, and trust shattered. It felt like a nightmare that no one could wake up from. Scott arrived at Avengers Mansion during the peak of the chaos. There, he saw something terrifying. Jack of Hearts, an Avenger long believed dead, standing before them. But something was wrong. Jack wasn't himself. Before anyone could react, Jack detonated in a massive explosion that tore through the mansion. Scott was caught directly in the blast. There was no time to shrink down, no chance for a heroic escape. The man who had donned the Ant-Man suit to protect his daughter and fight alongside heroes was vaporized in an instant. His daughter Cassie's scream, crying out for her father, hung tragically in the air, but there was nothing left to save. Scott's death was random, brutal, and utterly senseless. This explosion was more than just the loss of one Avenger. It marked the beginning of the team's destruction. One by one, the Avengers fell apart, fractured by grief, betrayal, and relentless attacks. Scott Lang's death broke the team's spirit. It was a cold, harsh reminder that even the heroes can be vulnerable to chaos from within. Scarlet Witch, also known as Wanda Maximoff, has one of the most complicated and tragic storylines in Marvel Comics. While she has died in alternate timelines and illusions, one of the most notable deaths occurs in X-Men: The Trial of Magneto, 2021. After the Hellfire Gala, Wanda is found dead, and her murder sparks an investigation that deeply affects both the X-Men and the Avengers. Initially, Magneto is suspected of killing his daughter. However, the story reveals that Toad was framed, and Wanda herself engineered much of the event to atone for her past sins. Especially the No More Mutants moment from House of M. Wanda's death was actually part of a mystical plan. She died but was reborn, merging with her past selves across different timelines to become a new, more powerful version of the Scarlet Witch. Though not a traditional death, this event was treated as a major turning point. It symbolized Wanda letting go of guilt and being reborn into a more complete identity. In short, Wanda's death was more spiritual than physical, but its emotional impact on the Marvel Universe was immense. Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner didn't see it coming. In Civil War II, number 3, the heroes confront Bruce after a vision shows him destroying cities as the Hulk. They think he's a threat again, even though he hasn't transformed in over a year. Hawkeye is there too. Bruce gave him a special arrow, one designed to kill the Hulk. Bruce's backup plan. Suddenly, Bruce raises his voice. There's tension, shouting, panic. Hawkeye loses the arrow. Bruce collapses instantly, dead before he hits the ground. The courtroom later debates whether it was murder or mercy, but no one can deny the grief. Tony Stark is shattered. Carol Danvers is shaken. Bruce Banner, the man who lived with a monster inside him, died by his own design. Because he feared what he might become, he never got to explain, never got to choose. Frank Castle, the Punisher. Frank Castle's death wasn't clean. It wasn't noble. It was a slaughter. During Dark Reign, Norman Osborn runs the world. He sends Daken, Wolverine's savage son, to eliminate the Punisher. They fight on a rooftop in the list. Punisher, it's bloody, brutal, and hopeless. Frank fights hard, but Daken's faster, meaner. He slices Frank apart piece by piece. Limbs go flying, blood everywhere. Daken finally cuts Frank's head off. The Punisher is dead. His body is collected by strange forces who stitch him back together. He returns as Franken Castle, a zombie-like being powered by science and rage. But Frank Castle, the man who lost his family and declared war on crime, that man died screaming on a rooftop, alone. No one mourned him, no funeral, just blood and silence. Aries. In Siege number 2, Aries, the Greek god of war, dies in one of the most shocking moments of the story. At first, Aries fights for Norman Osborn, believing they are doing the right thing. But when he finds out that Osborn lied and is attacking Asgard without reason, Aries turns against him. Furious, Aries charges into battle to stop Osborn's army. That's when he faces the Sentry, a powerful hero who has lost control and become a monster called the Void. Aries fights bravely, using all his strength and skill, but the Sentry is too strong. In a brutal scene, the Sentry grabs Aries, lifts him into the air, and tears him in half. It is a fast, violent, and shocking death. Aries, the god who had survived countless battles, dies in an instant. His death shows how dangerous the Sentry has become and how far Osborn's war has gone.